frequently asked question is, what should I weigh? And I will attempt to answer it on video, but there really isn't a general answer for everybody. But what there is just sort of a general way to figure it out, determine it for yourself. The first question I ask when somebody says, what should I weigh? I don't get out my calculator. There are formulas based on your height, what your weight should be. I don't believe in that. I don't feel like that does anybody any favors, and I feel like there's such a small margin of the population that actually fits within what I call that chart weight. It doesn't seem to be it doesn't seem to be realistic for most people, and it also doesn't necessarily link with their health. So usually where I start when somebody asks me what should I weigh is, what did you weigh when you felt your best? And it has to be a manageable weight or a realistic weight. No apple pie in the sky. You know, I want to weigh 150 pounds, but I've never weighed that in my life. That's not going to happen. But something that's a little bit more realistic, thinking back to what your life looked like at one time, maybe in the past, and a weight that you were able to maintain. And then, looking at that weight, what did your life look like then? What were your behaviors that lent toward managing that weight at that number? So that's usually where I start. And then in our program, if you're losing weight, and what I do see is that all of a sudden, your weight is coming off pretty rapidly, week after week after week. And then what I do see is then all of a sudden there's this time where the body's just sort of done, or mentally you're done. And I always feel like that's what we're kind of looking for. That's your body. In my experience, that's your body saying, this is it, this is the weight, this is the number. And then in terms of maintaining that weight, and I talk about the importance of weighing yourself every day, but what I do want to mention too is having grace for yourself. The whole point of this life is not just to be the most healthy person on the universe, or in the universe rather, but the goal is to enjoy life and enjoy health. And so what I'm here to do is coach you to finding that balance. And so that balance isn't necessarily maintaining this rigid number and these rigid behaviors that cause you to weigh that number and not fluctuate. But the reality is there are going to be natural fluctuations. Yes, the holiday season, we're all going to be a little bit up. There are going to be seasons where we're really on it. We're eating well, we're exercising, and those are seasons where we'll be a little bit down. You want to just have this healthy range, but for me, the number one measure is your mindset, and having that healthy mindset. And when you have the healthy mindset and that lends toward healthy behaviors, then what I say is the resulting weight is your healthy weight, and that's where you want to be.